Okay guys, I'm here today with Cyborg. Huge honor for me, one of the toughest guys in the history of Jiu-Jitsu. For those who doesn't know, ADCC Open Class Champion, what very few people did that in the world, and he was one of them. And today he shot an entire instructional here for IBJJF Fanatics, all about mobility and drills and flows, about like how to go to one technique to the other and this and that. It was something very different that we had never seen before. And today he's gonna show us one of those techniques that he showed in the instructional, and it was amazing. So I'm very excited to learn from him. And I think I don't have to talk so much about this guy. I think everybody who does Jiu-Jitsu knows who he is and how tough he is, and also how technical he is. Many times you see competing crazy strong, but also super technical. Like, he's the one who pretty much like made the tornado sweep very well known in Jiu-Jitsu. And it's a technique that's super technical, like that you gotta be like very talented to do that. And so it's not only strength. He has a lot of strength, but it's not only strength.
Yeah. Well, guys, like again, it's my honor to be here today. You know, I'm super humbled by the opportunity to be here today at IBJJF Fanatics with Bernardo, which is someone who I look up to a lot in Jiu-Jitsu. You know, he's a great friend and someone who could have, you know, like for over many years we could share the mats together. You know what I mean? Sure. And it's great, you know, like how the history of Jiu-Jitsu, you know, like it happens, you know what I mean? Over the years, you know, like we keep meeting our friends and, you know, growing together. And it's great for me to be today here in Boston, sharing a little bit of my knowledge, you know what I mean? Like I shared a little bit of the mindset of my training, how I move. There's a lot of people nowadays like, man, like how can a ultra heavyweight move the way you do it, or how can you keep on moving after so many after so many years of Jiu-Jitsu of practice, despite of your weight, despite of age and all of that. Everything comes from the fact that I love to move. You know, like I've talked about that on the project, that the mindset of training is something very important for everyone to realize. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people talk about flow in Jiu-Jitsu, but not everybody knows what flow means. Yeah. You know what I mean? People say like, man, but art suave, you know, like Jiu-Jitsu means gentle work, but whenever you're gonna train, man, everybody's like just doing pure strength all the time. I think strength is something that for the ones who have is a huge gift. You know what I mean? Not everybody's, I can say that they're very strong, you know? But I think that, you know, the techniques is the steering wheel and the strength is the pedal. You know what I mean? You only need to use the strength when needed, on the proper time. You know what I mean? And the technique, you're just gonna guide your opponent through for the roles that you want him to go through. You know what I mean? And I was playing with the guys here earlier. I showed a drill that's about mobility and movement, and I'll show you guys here. Just playing around with the body, you know what I mean? And like I say all the time to our students that Jiu-Jitsu is something that you're trying to control your opponent's body. But how can you control your opponent's body if sometimes you can't even control your own body? You know what I mean? So this is just a little bit of playing with the body on some movements that you can perfectly actually use in real Jiu-Jitsu. But more than anything, it's just a great tool for you to learn how to move and coordinate your own movements. So the first one that I'll show here, I'll show it basic. It's just like one move that a lot of people do a lot of Jiu-Jitsu. Let me get to your side here. You know that one that you jump from side to side here? I call it the body jump, whatever. Like Brazilians are not very good into putting names into position.
Yeah, I know that.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna start in side control, guys. Every time I do a side control, I don't do like the regular side control people do. I have my hand on the collar and I put all of my weight on top of the lower body here. What I really want to do is to control the hips, since the hips is the most important part of your body. Jiu-Jitsu, I'm always controlling the hips the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna make both knees be pointing to the sky, be controlling the hips. I'm gonna give a little bit of space, post my head on the ground, do a headstand, okay? Always the leg towards, his leg jumps first. I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna touch my foot on the ground and my knee is gonna come right back to the other side. Okay, always keeping the pressure. Post my head on the ground, always the leg towards the leg is the first one to jump. Okay, stop, bring my foot to the ground, and control the hips again. So this is the first one. If I put a little bit of speed, okay, it's gonna look pretty much like this at first. This is number one. The second that I showed, I'll do pretty much the same thing, but it's starting from the butterfly, okay? Where every time I'm on a butterfly guard here, I'm gonna sit on the hooks. I'm gonna have both of my hands under the armpits, close my elbows, and always use my head to pin my opponent's back against the ground. Always when I want to pass towards the left side, my head always has to be on the opposite side of I'm passing. That's something very important for you guys to always learn whenever you are working on the smash passing already, you know, because you use your head to guide a lot. Always my head goes to the opposite side of the pass. So my head goes to the right side, my hand's gonna go backwards. I'm gonna control the bottom of the pants, and I'm gonna pinch my elbow. Try to get a kimura there, please. There's no kimura there, okay? The arm is hiding, okay? My head's gonna go down. I'm gonna use my shoulders as a tripod. I'm gonna jump with the leg on that side first, okay? And come right back in here into the position. Replace guard. Okay, replace guard. I'm gonna go to the other side. Look. Oh, control. Replace guard. Replace guard. So you see that everything has, I did the technique 1, technique 2, and I always gonna try to follow a pattern. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to connect the things that I've learned here. Now go down. Now I'm gonna show you guys that whenever I do the pass, okay, I'm gonna do a different pass now. I'm gonna do what's the name that we used? Was the Cyborg flying vertical or something?
Inverted flying cyborg.
Inverted flying cyborg.
There you go.
Okay, so whenever I go to that one, okay, I'm gonna control my opponent's pants, okay, on the inside, control. As I bring the foot to the ground, my head's gonna go in between the legs, and I'm gonna flip. As I reach here, I'm gonna let go of the pants, control the inside of the thighs. My head goes to one side, my body goes to the other, and I'm gonna land right on the side control that we spoke about here. Look, I was controlling the hips. I'll go one time, post, control, head. You see that whenever my head is straight, my whole body is straight here to follow with his. Whenever my head is always the first one who changes. So if my head goes towards the left, my body go towards the right. You see that I never let go of the pants before my knee replaces, okay? And I haven't secured my side control. Whenever I pass, whenever I'm inside control, controlling both legs, then I would be doing the leg smash here, or I could be coming out of the jump. You see that my leg is attached to the thigh. I want to go surrounding from side to side. What's the name we were using this one?
Rolling tire?
Rolling tire. Head to one side, body to the other. So whenever my body is straight, the head is straight. Head to the side, body to the side. So just use body movement drill here. Look up. Boom. After this, we have the jumping sideways, then we have the 45-degree flying panda, right? Because the first one you said it was a squirrel, but it was kind of more like a panda than a squirrel. So, no fat, we just ate a bunch of sandwiches, very good actually from Mike's restaurant here. So whenever you go and you're inside control, here look what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna post my hand on the ground, okay? Post my hand on the ground. Instead of jumping to the side the way we were doing before, I'm gonna jump 45, okay? And I'll come back. Post my hand on the ground, 45. 45. Okay? So right now we have like we have the pass, we have the jump side to side, we have the 45, and we have the jumping pass. all of that, guys, like I said before, is all body control, agility, and coordination movements. A lot of times you're like, oh, man, I'm usually like, it's hard for me to move like that, right? Exactly, that's why we build this exercise at first as a warm-up, so just to start get used to movements like this. And we don't expect for you to put all of them together at once, but as you start practicing them, you know, they're gonna become easy. So I'm gonna put a little bit of them here for you guys to see how cool they look. And I use them a lot to play around to warm up, because like you're moving your entire body, and like it's something that really helps me out. So we're gonna go boom, head to the side, look up, jump, 45, touch, go to the other side, jump in, go back to guard, come in, already passing, 45, come in, go back to the guard,
Man, that's amazing. So guys, what's the most impressive here for me is that, how old are you, Cyborg?
37.
So 37 years old, what's your weight?
105, 106.
100? Oh, kilos.
Kilos.
Oh, yeah. So guys, like
230.
So 230 pounds, 37 years old, and look how he moves, you know. So many times, like, I know that many of you guys are like over 30, over 35, and sometimes out of shape, heavy, and then you think you cannot move so much. So look how Cyborg does. So and guys, as I said before in the video, you see competing, he's super strong, but he moves a lot as well. So it means that you also can do that. So that was very, very cool. And I'm jealous here because I can't do that. I gotta learn how to do it. So,
well, guys, everything is about the training. You know what I mean? Like you are what you believe you can be. You know what I mean? Like and I always believed on that. You know what I mean? Like whenever I started at first, you know, I live in Campo Grande, Mato Grosso do Sul, man. You know where it is? Like it's the end of the world in Brazil. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
There was no jiu-jitsu back then. Whenever I had to actually go train in Rio with Master Toko, I had to take a 23 hours bus to go to Rio. You know what I mean? Like there was no BJJ Fanatics back then for us to be learning jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? There was like no availability of jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean, of seminars and all of that back then. You know what I mean? So like we had to think much more of jiu-jitsu and create your own jiu-jitsu. You know, so like sometimes not having the tools build your own tools that ended up being unique. You know what I mean? And my jiu-jitsu, I feel like, is a little bit of unique because of the movements that I do and because the way I see it. I'm a believer that jiu-jitsu, every person has their own way of seeing jiu-jitsu, and I have my own way of seeing it. And one of the things that I see is that jiu-jitsu makes people keep themselves young forever. It's all a matter of how much you believe in yourself and how much you can see it. A lot of times, you guys, man, but aren't you going to retire? It's like fucking retire. Don't even know what that word means. You know what I mean? Like, I feel really good. I feel the best I can be right now, man. Like I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I love what I do. I have a huge passion for jiu-jitsu and for the competition scene. You know what I mean? And I'm feeling great. But all of that's because exercise like this that keep you on moving. Just like that little oil that you keep putting in your car, that's gonna keep you, you know, like having those that kind of sensibility to your body. We know, man, if an old car stops moving, my man, you're gonna, you know, like ferrugem, you know what I mean? Like I don't know how to say that in English, but like you're gonna end up like not being what you used to be. You know, and one of the things that I do is that I keep on moving. I keep on working out. I keep on doing my routines, and I'm extremely passionate about jiu-jitsu. So, brother, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Guys, thank you for the support. Thanks for the love. I really hope you guys play. Man, the DVD is coming out. Beautiful. It's amazing, the project. Man, I put a lot of love, a lot of effort into it. You know what I mean? And my whole life, the only thing I want is to give back to the community, at least a little bit that jiu-jitsu has ever given to my life. So if you guys can take advantage of a little bit of them passing by you know, like for real, like I'm already eternally appreciative. So
Os.
thank you.
Os. Thank you. Os.